and batting ninth. And here are these numbers from this postseason for Carpenter. 6-0 in his career and pitching at home during the postseason. First time he's done it, however, on short rest. Good start. Kinsler with a base hit into left on a pitch that was up. And Ian Kinsler has been hot. He had a couple of hits last night. There goes Kinsler. Now he comes back and he's trapped. Just like that, the Rangers lose Ian Kinsler on the bases. 1 out.
Bad start on the bases tonight.
See what Andrews can do with a 3-1 count. He takes a 1-out walk. And now we give you the Cardinal defense. Little different look. The guy that can't play here in Game 7 is Holiday. Runner goes, and a base hit into right. It's past Pujols, and Elvis Andrus will cruise all the way around. It's an RBI double, and the Rangers strike first. Aggressive on the bases, starting the runner, and Hamilton puts Texas on the scoreboard. When he struck out with runners at the corners for the first out. Now he lines one into right. Berkman on the move, won't get there. Going around third and coming to the plate is Hamilton. Young has delivered an RBI double, and it's 2-0 Texas. Here's an 0-2. A strikeout for round number 2. And with Nelson Cruz coming up, we'll go down to Ken Rosenthal for an update on the injuries from Game 6. Here comes a 1-1. That is a tester for Freese. Pick up the throw, and the inning is over. But the Texas Rangers trying to put last night out of their memory. Get 2 in the first half inning here in Game 7. Pitching is Chris Carpenter, batting ninth. And here are the numbers this postseason: an ERA over 5. So C.J. Wilson, their #1 starter, is available if needed. Terrio grounds to Kinsler, who led off with a base hit for Texas in their half of the first. 1 out. Due to this Game 7, they will be back all new next Friday. Here's a fly ball into right center, and going to get it to his left is Hamilton. 2 out. And the batter will be Albert Pujols with the bases empty, 2 down since of Matt Holliday.
Since the Cardinals trail by 2, Pujols will be taking here.
And he takes a walk. Here comes David Freese. Phone already ringing in the Texas bullpen. Runners go on a shot into left center field. This is going to tie it. David Freese, what a roll. 2-2 in the first. Flies one to center. At the track, at the wall. It's caught by Josh Hamilton to end the inning. Man, it's a thrill a minute in this series. 28 RBIs that the Rangers have as a team in this World Series. That is a base hit into left. And he just keeps on hitting. Over to cut it off is Craig. And Napoli is on to start the second. Game 3 of the NLCS, won Game 1 of the World Series, and was good in Game 5 of the World Series. That is not hard hit. The throw to second for the out, and the Cardinals get the lead man with Furcal covering, 1-on-1 out.
Chris Carpenter continues to show he's going to have to be innovative in the early innings.
Here's the bunt, and it is picked up by Pujols for out number 2. And a good bunt by Matt Harrison. Down to second, the go-ahead run. Napoli.
His breaking balls have been very flat, no bite.
And a 4-pitch walk puts Kinsler on. And here comes Dave Duncan. A chance for Elvis Andrus to get the lead again. Throw down to first and safe. Going second to third is Murphy. And they may have had Ian Kinsler if Pujols hung on. It was close.
Couldn't agree with you more. I think he's out.
Top. First and third, 2 out. Back to Carpenter. It was eventful, but it's still 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the second of game number 7. He had for call 0-2. Now it's a 3-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Vercal is moved down the lineup, and that pays off here in the second. To the shortstop, Elvis Andrus to second, out, over to first, got them both. Well turned, 6-4-3, and the bases are empty behind Matt Harrison. The AL and NLCS both went 6. That ends the inning, and that's strikeout number 1 for Matt Harrison as he tries to settle in. Images from game 7. Here's a 2-2. And a ground ball to the shortstop for Carl. Had to hurry, got his man. 1 out. And Hamilton did all he could, hustling down the line. So let his eyes stop watering. 1-2 pitch, 2 out. Strikeout number 2.
Good slider again off the plate to get Michael Young. Off stage and said, we go to game 7. And he's an Aussie.
Unbelievable.
How about that?
Here is Beltre being hit by a pitch. See where it caught him.
Molina gets in the habit of throwing the bases. It's base runner beware night.
Doesn't matter where you are.
It does not matter.
Here's a fly ball into left. Cruz got under it. Hit his 8th home run of the postseason here last night to tie a record. This one a big swing, but out number 3. We ask the question next year. The answer will be 4. Terrio trying to dump one into right, and Cruz is there. 1 out. There's Fisk, Kirby Puckett.
That erased last night. Now we have a new one.
3-2. Craig hits it in the air to right. Back at the wall. The Cardinals have taken a game 7. 3-2 lead and a home run by Alan Craig. To learn. He's played everywhere and been willing to do it as first base. Hard hit, broken back, and Beltre from a knee down to get it. 2 out. By the way, they did not give an error. Diving catch by Young, and there's a nice play by one of the best players in franchise history, Michael Young. We go to the 4th. Alan Craig a home run, and the Cardinals lead it. It's game 7, 3-2.
See if he goes back out there with the hook.
He does, and he gets him. Strikeout number 3.
3 straight curves.
Strike. 1 out, nobody on. Murphy bounced into a force out his first time. Now chops one to Pujols. Beats Carpenter. 2 out.
A little more uneventful than the last time Chris Carpenter covered first base on a.
Tali Feliz the closer. Elvis Andrus the starting shortstop, and Jared Saltalamacchia the catcher. Inning is over. That was for Mark Teixeira back in July of '07. We are in game 7.
a guy that he was traded for in December 2007. Now, Edmonds was there with his 5-year-old son, Landon. Freese is Landon's favorite player, and Freese said that Edmonds actually got choked up by the moment. Edmonds, you remember, well, he had a pretty memorable game.
And to see number 7 tracking down a fly ball that you hit. Ooh.
Here's a 2-0. Molina with a base hit into center. On with 1 out here in the 4th inning. Takes a wide turn, but a nice play by Hamilton. It's a single. But Harrison has for Kolov now in the left-handed hitting Schumacher on deck. 1 out in the inning, runner at first. And a base hit into right. Molina stops at second, 2 on, 1 out for the Cardinals in the 4th. And for Kyle is 2 for 2. Another broken bat. The only out at first, and the runners advance to second and third.
That bat broke in 3 pieces.
Here's a 2-1. A pop-up into right, she'd end the inning. Nelson Cruz is there. Cardinals strand 2, have left 3 on the night. We've played 4, and it's 3-2 Cardinals into the 5th. Back after this from your local Fox station. Top of the order for each side will bat. That means Kinsler, Andrews, and Hamilton for the Rangers. And that's under the glove of Freese. Another hit for Ian Kinsler, on base for the 3rd time tonight. And he went after that first pitch and got it by Freese. The bunt is good enough to get Kinsler down to second, and the sacrifice is good with Carpenter feeding Terrio. And the tying run is at second. With 1 out, a 3-1. Popped up, left side, foul ball, make it out of play. And it is caught by Freese. Leaning over the railing for out number 2.
Joe, we talked about this in last.
Inning over. Five strikeouts. And a nice defensive play in the inning. Who has really struggled last night, couldn't throw strikes. Broken back. Andrews to his left. Gets the out. 1 away. That will bring in Alan Craig. 1 out, nobody on. And that's a 1-out walk with Pujols coming up. NL record. That caught a piece of Pujols to put 2 on with 1 out. Just grazed him. Chopper on the right side, going to be a tough play. Feldman gets there, and the runners advance to second and third. 2 out, and a big out.
That's establishing a lot of credibility at a very young age for David Freese.
3-2 pitch. Outside to make it 4-2. A bases loaded walk. And the Cardinals lead by 2.
How about that expression by Mike Napoli?
4-2, and now C.J. Wilson, who has tied a record for the most walks for the Rangers. He saved as many as 24 games in a season. Hits for Carr to make it 5-2. strikeout ends it as the Cardinals come up with 2. They've stranded 6. We've played 5. And the Cardinals lead the Rangers. Here's Cruz. He is next. Here's an 0-2. Back to Carpenter. And just past the top of the hour as we do that. Really the rough first inning and second, although he gave up just 1 hit in the second. Here's a fly ball into left. Back at the track. Alan Craig will leap and make the catch. 2 out. 3 pitchers for the Rangers so far tonight. Fly ball into right. Berkman is there to win the inning. And Carpenter has a 1-2-3 6th. Bottom of the 6th. What a catch by Craig. Due up 3rd in this inning. And while his body is in the batter's box, his mind is on the top of the 7th. 1 out. A 5-2 game here in the bottom of the 6th. And into center field, and Hamilton to his right gets to it. 2 out.
Since giving up that sacrifice fly by Josh Hamilton.
Here's a 2-2. Craig strikes out. And a perfect inning from C.J. Wilson sends game 7 into the 7th. 5-2 St. Louis. Back after this from your local Fox station. After the Cardinals initially sent a pinch hitter to the on-deck circle, that is rocketed down into the corner. 1 hop out of play, a ground rule double. And a good start to this 7th inning for the Rangers, down 3. As we're in the 7th, it's the Rangers down by 3, and Arthur Rhodes will deal with. Here comes a 1-1. Torre Alba flies one into center. Schumacher is there. Murphy tags but does not go anywhere. 1 out. You go from a guy who's been in the big leagues for 20 years to a reliever who's been with 12 major league teams. And the count's still 0-2. Runner at second, 1 out. Dotel. 2 out. The 3-1 pitch. Flied into center, should end the inning. And it's time to stretch. As Dotel does his job. One other hit that came last night, but it was big, a 1-out double. Everybody taking their pictures on cell phones, cameras wondering if this is it. What's it going to be here in the 7th inning, leading off? A strikeout from Mike Adams, 1 away.
What a good job by.
Off the end of the bat, under the glove of Adams. Safe with 1 out. And Elvis Andrus did all he could. There goes Berkman. Pitch is inside for ball 4. And it's 2 on with 1 out.
The one thing a catcher wants with the 3-2 count.
Up the middle, a base hit. Here comes Berkman. Hamilton's throw is cut off. Partially another run. And it's 6-2 in the 7th. The Cardinals figured him out. Here's a 2-2. Slow chopper. Young flips for out number 2. And Schumacher trying to add to a 4-run lead. Takes it right down the middle. Gonzalez fooled him. The Cardinals get another run as we go to the 8th inning of Game 7. The Rangers are coming to the plate with a lot of work to do for 3.
The baseball fans out there thought the game was over. I know I did.
He's jammed and can barely get down the line. 1 out.
I think everybody had the mindset that, well, the Cardinals had tied the Rangers in that 9th inning.
Came back by this much to win the ball game. Here's a 2-1 and a pop-up. Right side in foul ground. Albert Pujols squeezes out number 2. And if you are just joining us, we are in Game 7. Wainwright, their #1 starter before he made a spring training start. 20-game winner last year, won 19 the year before. As Punto flies into center. 1 out.
When the Yankees came back from a 2-run deficit 2 games in a row, games 4 and 5.
Gonzalez has retired all 3. He's faced 2 out in the 8th.
The dramatic Tino Martinez home run to tie it.
Ogando with a 3-2 count he inherits, and he gets the strikeout. That goes on his record, and that sends Game 7 into the 9th inning. The Cardinals 3 outs away from the World Series title here in 2011. Up 6-2 on the Texas Rangers. Mott worked last night, went 2 innings and allowed 2 runs on the home run. Flags. Their last one in 06 over Detroit. The 2-1. Popped up. John Jay. 2 outs away. Player of the game. Hang on, he will go 4-0 this postseason. Left side for Descalso, just into the game. 2 out. Nobody, and I mean nobody, could have expected the Cardinals to be in this position. In the air to left, well hit. Back is Craig. What a team. What a ride. The Cardinals are world champs in 2011.